guys, it's Shaz Corner, and this is our third video about Swords of Legends before I'm guessing the beta actually starts. Probably. We will do more videos if they do more live streams and give out more info. But as of now, this is the summary of the third Game Coach dev stream, and we are also going to share a couple of more information that have came out or that will come out later. Anyway, uh, so let us get right into it with our co-host. Please welcome Dennis. Ben, how are you doing?
How are you?
Yep, all good.
Yeah,
And the mic.
let's.
Yep. So let us actually head right into the discussion data. So we got a couple of interesting information there, a lot of fun we had watching the dev stream. Of course, throughout this video, we will show snapshots and stuff that we took for the purpose of showcasing the video. But for to watch how each classes are fighting in the dungeons and how the bosses attacks are. All those you can of course head on to YouTube or Twitch or Sword of Legends official website and uh, check out their VOD from there. Uh, so let's get out with a lot more like the minor details status. What do you think? Like what should we get this rolling on?
Let's start with the depth stream. Let's start with the beta dates. That will
Yeah,
be.
that will be
That is
the
the most hyped. That
yeah
is the most hyped news till now.
yeah, and we have a proper before we actually go into the beta days. Let us take a slight look at the roadmap, the current state of the roadmap.
Yeah, we have the close beta, close beta.
Yeah.
Yes.
So at the moment they did this stream. This was the roadmap. Let me zoom in a bit. Yeah. So close beta date announcement. We have information about that in a little while. Those who can, as we can see, those who have pre-ordered or those who have keys. Duration again. We'll get into there again. CBT2 will also give out a couple of information about that. Next, after that, shortly before release. Now we do not know. Like, I believe we do not have much information about when the name reservation and character reservation is going to start. Correct?
We don't have any information on that.
Yeah.
The They have said that they will be doing the closed beta, and then during the closed beta they will be doing the PvP dev streams. That
Yeah, we'll
information we
get
do
into
have.
all those in a
Yeah.
short while, but we do not have any timeline as to
No, we do
when
not.
this is going to start, and then finally the release. Now, I believe all of you have been waiting for information such as when beta dates are going to come, and finally we have some information. This is when the beta dates are going to start. May 21st to May 25th, the CBT1 is going to happen. And 1st June to 8th June, CBT2 is going to happen, guys. This is when we're going to test Swords of Legends Online. So, uh, those who have pre-ordered, of course, you can join via the Game Coach client or Steam. You have automatic access to the beta phase. We will be able to pre-download the game through the client or through Steam. Uh, and I'm guessing through next week sometime, so we will have the availability to download the game through any of the clients, and yeah. So as soon as beta is available for pre-download, the game will appear in your client library. So we can of course always check there and see if that's appeared. Uh, for beta key owners, head to gameforce.com/download and put that beta key in that page. There should be an option there, and once you have done that in your registered account, you can download the client. As you can see, activate voucher code, and it will come on your library. Select your preferred region and select press install. So beta will be on NA and EU. Once you through Gameforce client, when you will have to select the region in the drop down menu. On Steam, when we like press play, then there should be an option to select the region, right? That's the most important news. That's right out of the way, guys. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So now let's head towards the other uh, important news.
Yeah.
So take it on, Titus. What should we get on with this?
So the dungeons.
Sure, but shouldn't we say that the community's voice is actually heard? And
Well,
we
the
have,
comedy. Yeah, that is there. But let's start with.
yeah. So
Yeah, we can
what
start
we
with this.
show
Yeah.
right now is we have six character slots for six classes. So
Yeah, previously it was five character slot, but the community as they asked for six character slot because there are total of six classes. So they have so they have patched it
yeah,
recently,
yeah,
and they made it six character slots instead of five. So we have this, and they have also urged us to give more feedback so they can uh,
cater
polish the
towards
game.
us. Yeah, more
Yeah,
more
polish
cater.
the game. Yeah, cater to mother. Yes.
Now, with that out of the way, we will head towards the dungeon, and I'll ask Titus to get through the details, and I'll, of course, share my tidbits and screenshots we have taken. So, let's get this party started.
Yeah. Yes.
So, Titus, get
Mhm.
on what we are going to talk about first.
Okay, so first,
Mm-hmm.
let's start with Cloud City.
Sure, go
Okay,
on.
so let's start with Cloud City. So as they said, we have the information that Cloud City will be the main hub of the game. Okay, as they have said, but it can change.
Yep,
Okay, so in this Death Train, there are three dungeons they have showcased, and we have Cho Prison, we have Raging River Ruins, and we have the Nightmare Temple of Mercy.
yep,
Okay, so out of these three, Nightmare Temple of Mercy is one of the three progression dungeons. So during the main story quest, you have to pass through this dungeon automatically. So though even it will be normal difficulty, but you have to do this dungeon during your story quests.
yep,
So this is they are these are this is one of the three progression dungeons. So let's start this. Then we have a five-man team
yep. And I'll
per
show
dungeon.
you how the team, like the team toolbar looks right here. So
Yeah.
once people are in the party, something like this will pop up in their UI basically. So this is how you can see your team members. You can select on each of them and see their status and all that. There should be some other options as well, such as party management for the leader and all. Yeah,
Okay. So then let's talk about loot.
yeah.
Okay, how the loot system will be as the developers, they're saying that the loot system will be for normal dungeons, it will be daily.
Mm-hmm.
For hard mode and extreme mode, it will be weekly.
Yeah,
Okay, so and also uh, loot system can be anything from golds to materials to
yep,
gear. Okay, it can be anything. And another thing is that the loot will differ as per the difficulty of the dungeon
Yes, again.
and the level of the character. Also, the party leader can,
Yeah, we'll get to the party
like,
leader settings in a little while.
yeah,
Let's head on to the other parts, and we'll show. We have snapshots there, and we'll show what settings are there.
yeah. So after that, we can go for another information we got is hard mode difficulty dungeons have one extra bosses. To get these bosses, you have to kill everything in the dungeon that will spawn this bonus boss.
As in
Also,
every mob, every single living thing that you can kill, apparently.
yeah, and another one will be if you kill every ads. Okay,
Hmm.
I'm talking about ads. If you kill every ads, the additional any normal enemies, then you will have reward chests at the final boss instead of one. If
So
you
you,
miss, yeah, if you even miss one of the enemies, then you will have only one,
yeah.
not
So
two.
it's your choice whether you want to speed run stuff or get an additional loot.
Okay. Then what's next, Oren?
Let us actually show the dungeon, how it looks when you want to enter a dungeon, how you want to select the dungeon and all. Like you have to go physically go to the dungeon portal, but uh, how the window looks like. So uh,
Yeah.
when you want to enter the dungeon, so let's show that.
Yeah, this is the Cho Prison Dungeon. As you can see, we have the difficulty overhead.
Yeah, so we have
Uh,
drill, normal, hard, and extreme. Again, extreme mode is not available right now. Is drill available? We don't know. I think
they haven't shown a drill yet. Uh, I'm speculating drill is like a practice run, but no, no.
maybe with the NPC uh, and
Yeah,
stuff.
but yeah, like they did say that if you don't have your teammates, you can use NPCs in a normal dungeon.
Mm,
You can. So they have told us this much. So
yeah.
you can use NPCs in the normal dungeon if you and also normal dungeon is relatively forgiving
Tamer,
for
tamer.
no forgiving, I say forgiving enough to like you may not need much
Basically, you can
healing, but
casual that.
you can casually walk around the
Yeah,
dungeon, yeah, depending on the gear level of your character. If you are over geared, then you can easily it's
yeah.
a run in the park, in the park basically.
What else are we seeing in this picture? We can see there that you need level 45 gear. So gear
Yeah,
score level 40.
basically dungeon overview.
Yeah,
We have team matches and personal matchmaking, those kind of thing. Reset instances.
yeah. We can also
Okay,
see like what is this? How many reward chests are there, or rewards are available, or something like that? Yeah. So you get level 50
yeah,
gear score. So that is
yeah,
something you're seeing here.
yeah. That is basically depends on what level of
Gear you get,
players
players and
what
gear.
level of players are there, because the dungeon will change according to your level. It will cater to your level. If you are level 20, then the dungeon will be level 20.
Yeah.
Okay, if the you are level 50 dungeon entering a starter level, if you are level 50 character and entering a starter level dungeon, even the starter level dungeon will be a level 50 dungeon.
Yeah, and this is something I really like. So everything will scale towards the party, not something that will allow you to simply breeze through everything without any issue at all, like one shot stuff.
Like other games, some other games uses option that you can use to breeze through that.
Hmm.
Like we have in FF, we have the unsync mode
Yeah,
where your dungeon will not sync to your level, and you can just you want to just complete the dungeon and get a achievement or something like that. So you can do that.
True.
Uh, okay, what next?
Yeah.
We have we can go for the boss guidance
Yeah,
method.
sure. The boss guidance. So basically, before that, let us show. No, okay. So in boss guidance section, we have stuff like this that shows up on the on your screen when the boss is trying to do something. Uh, that is showing up that this kind of tooltips comes up. As you can see, some of the enemy's powerful skills cannot be dodged. You must use damage reduction skills, and then something like this. Uh, so these are tidbit of stuff that shows up in the boss guidance. Although I believe this one is a part of player guide, player captain's assistance. I think.
Yeah, that one is a captain assist
Yeah.
one.
So
That the other one is a boss
this one is a
guidance.
boss guidance.
So it's an option. You can turn it off and on depending on if you are a new player. If you are a new player, you may need this guidance.
Yeah.
Then that will help you. If you are a veteran, you don't need this. You just
Yeah. Yeah.
uh,
You know everything.
tackle tackle everything head on.
Yeah.
Okay.
So before
So
we head towards the other parts, like the captain's assist, as we were just mentioned it, let me show you how a boss's health bar actually looks. Uh, so this is generally how a boss's health bar will look. Instead of normal mobs, this one has a symbol that denotes it's a boss. You can see it's a level that is showing. I believe this is the level 50 boss is showing here. Uh, then we have the name and the entire health over that box, and which
how many and
yeah,
how many health bar it
health bar
has?
there is multiplayer. Right now it's showing cross 2, but it was originally I believe cross 3. So that depends on the bosses and your how it scales upon. Yeah. So now let's get into the captain suggest. So since we were just talking about it,
Yeah, let's do that.
yeah.
So
So yeah,
captain assistance is basically a method where the party leader can use this
yeah,
and you can go through the dungeon once and it will record everything the boss does. Okay, boss or every basically every timeline or what any
yeah.
a boss does, what which attacks do what. Then you can use the assistance to
Like it will show up here and here, and then this will all
yeah.
the attacks will show up.
So basically, you can use that, select the specific boss.
Yeah, so
Okay, and
as we can see here, is the boss, all the skills and all the
yeah, so you can select the specific boss. Then you can tweak as per your as per the health of the boss. You can tweak as per the skills of the boss. Tweak as per the target of the boss.
yeah,
Okay, you can tweak various things. For example, there is an AOE that need to be dodged. Okay, so you can select that skill and put an emote saying that it's a skill alert. It's like a skill alert.
just like this.
Yeah. So whenever uh, whenever that AOE comes, it will give an alert that ice AOE is coming, and you need to jump, you
Yeah,
need to dodge, or whatever the mechanic will be.
yep,
Okay, it will give you an alert, and so you can make it easier for the boss in hard mode and extreme mode, because during that time you may not have the time to think.
yeah, or trying to alert somebody else.
Yeah.
So
So this is a very neat option where you can do a lot of
and
stuff.
to be honest, in other games like for example, let's take Elder Scrolls Online. We have a separate add-on to do stuff like this. There's a lot of people who have made
Yeah.
such add-ons, so it's a good thing that the developers themselves are adding something like this to help players.
Another talking about add-ons, the one of them. I don't know if I should be happy or sad about it, but another option will be the combat, the damage meter.
Yeah, we'll get into that. There's a like
Let's get into it now because we are talking about add-ons anyway. So
yeah, but we have a couple of stuff to show here, so
yeah,
just
yeah, we'll
let's get
getting
into
after this.
yeah.
Okay, then so you can
This is where
so you
you
can
select all the stuff. You can change like the
yeah.
HP timeline, time sequence, minimum, maximum, all the average, everything can change from here. When you want the hint to come, before event, after event, do you want the hint to stay throughout the event or just go away? Everything and the emote as well, everything you can
You
customize
can
here.
also select the event type, skills, effect,
Yeah,
characters, anything you want to do. And also, this is another thing. It's a very good thing about this is you can export and import
yeah,
the
as you
captain
can see here.
assistant. For example, if one of your friends makes it, you can basically export it to you another friend, or you can import the captain assistant from that set
Yeah.
to you
But
as
it
well.
is, I can pretty much see right now that uh, more the um, people who make guides who are more into finding out stuff and making guides, they will since these gets exported as a separate file altogether, they will create a guide and attach those files, and below there will be a like you can
Uh,
download this guide for this file to put our
it's like the inbuilt guide
yeah.
for boss mechanics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Other than that, we have let's see. So these are the boss events. As we can see, the skills, each of the skills, the buff that boss is getting, and all that is showing here. So I believe you can see that. And lastly, we have yeah, more yeah, like I screen this a little bit clearer compared to the last one, which is showing the settings, everything here. So I believe that's all we're going to say about Captain's Assist because, again, this is something the players themselves. But Terrace, you had talked about timeline, correct?
Which one?
You talked about timeline. So
Timeline, yes.
yeah. So what is this timeline as we can see here?
Yeah, it's basically uh, at from the start of the boss fight to the end of the boss fight, which attacks comes after what? Okay, it's like for a drunken sword, wind blade. It's like for it will start with an oblique blade, then it will cast a wind blade, it will cast a drunken sword, then there'll be a gap between the attacks, then stuff is all comes into a timeline.
Yeah. And you can particularly also there are options to select a particular type of attack or let's say a particular type of heal or something that you're trying to find, and then you can put that into the guide and stuff and create something.
Yeah,
Yeah. So again, excuse me for that, but yeah, it's a very in-depth system and very player friendly as well, so long as you can create it.
yeah,
But then we were talking about add-ons, and then we talked about what was that other thing that we talked about, the combat stats, right? So
combat meter. Let's start with combat meter.
yeah, so before that, let us show how the combat meter generally looks in the UI once you like activate
Yes.
it. So
Yep.
this is how it generally looks in the UI once you activate it. Uh, we have like healing, we have DPS, HPS, DPS, we have tank, all those stuff. You can of course cater to what is there, and we're going to show you what is there. But this is how it will basically look like. So now
Yeah.
let us go to what are the combat meters available. So what is this all about? So once you select this, you see all the names. So these are basically the boss, the ads, or whatever you have fought against, right? So
Yeah.
you can select upon one of them, and then will come something like this, where you select which combat stat you want to display. Of course, you can select these previously before starting a fight, and it will record there. But if you want to, for example, see you have already fought a boss and you want to see who has done how well, so you can select which combat stat you want to uh, select. And as we are going to get into it, there is this Smash Golden Shell titles. Let's give them the info here right now. What is Golden Shell?
So Golden Shield is a mechanic of this game where it's a type of shield that is around the enemies. Okay, you have to break the shield to make them. How should I put it? Mm,
Vulnerable.
yeah, vulnerable. Okay, so make it vulnerable. So the most basic the amount of damage. So the skill that will do the most amount of damage to a golden shell are interrupts.
Yep.
Okay, basically a stun or a sleep or anything. Any interrupts will do maximum amount of damage to a golden shell. Then, and normal attacks will also do it, but on a very
Reduced effect.
reduced effect. Yes. So once the golden shell is smashed, okay, only then can you cast your ultimate skill on that specific enemy. For example, you're fighting a boss, you need to deplete the entirety of the golden shell of the boss, make the boss vulnerable, and uh, cast your ultimates on the boss.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that's the
this is a very nice way to know, because the boss will, for example, fall down or something, so you can tell that his golden shell is broken and you can immediately cast the ultimate, even if you are not keeping
yeah. It
an
will
eye
it will
to it.
stagger. It will
Yeah,
stagger, or it will get stunned, or anything. It
yeah.
will fall down. A lot of stuff.
And I believe that the golden shell also will regenerate over time after.
Yeah, it will regenerate once after a certain amount of time, but during the time it is staggered, you can it will get the maximum amount of damage can be dealt to the boss.
Yeah, this
So
this mechanic is kind of similar to Guild Wars 2's mechanic, where you have to break up bosses like that. You
yeah,
remember
bros,
that bar, and it will go.
yeah,
Yeah,
the break bar, yeah, you need to break it and to stagger it.
yeah. So let us go to all the different stats. Let's show you guys the DPS. So there's how the DPS will. Everything will be kind of like this. So you can see how much DPS there is. Then how much a person healed. So that's your HPS. That who casted more heals. Uh, I believe we also have something called.
We also have something called threat monitor.
Yeah, we'll get to threat monitor just in a sec. But this is something that is threat. How much threat a person, basically who's tanking he's getting the most threat here. That this is in the threat, like the combat stat meter. But there's a separate threat monitor here that will go on through when you are actually fighting. But yeah, so you
Yeah,
can see who's
the
generating.
previous set monitor is catered to your player characters, and this set monitor is catered to the enemies.
Yeah, so you can see which enemy has more threat value on you, and can act accordingly. We also have this, where you can see what skill a certain player used on a certain boss. Like for example, what you used on a boss,
Yeah.
so we can
How
see
many times?
how many times you used. We also have something like this, which is the number of skills used on a enemy by your team. That also you can see here, and from here actually you select what skills they have used, so you can see each other's what skills and how many times they have used that. Uh, then there's this that is done by by your enemy. We are seeing the boss's attacks and stuff. That these there are also friendly healing skills mixed here as well. So I believe there's like all the skills that have been casted throughout the fight, correct?
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So that
And
healing light is basically a healer skill.
yeah, and this is the tank stat is DPS, so who's tanking now? So that's that. That's that. Is there
Yeah.
anything else to add on the combat side? Because I don't think there is.
No, that's all it. While we are talking about the golden shield, I mentioned the interrupts.
Yeah,
Okay. There is a mechanic where also to recover. So if you're getting CC'd, okay, if you are getting interrupt or you're getting a stun or you're getting a knockdown, okay, uh, there is a mechanic where you need to tap rapidly your right
mouse
mouse button
buttons.
and yeah mouse buttons left and right alternatively to recover as fast as possible. That depends on how speed you tap it,
Yeah,
how fast.
and that is very important, especially when you are fighting PvP because the mechanic is the same there as well. So
Yeah, so
yeah,
like how fast you can tap the mouse button, that is up to you. Oh,
yeah.
that is how fast you will recover. Okay, so apart from that,
Apart from that, let's show the how the damage looks like when you are dealing on a boss or on a opponent basically.
yeah,
So
so we have
this
total of
is
from the
right.
stream
Before that,
we
you
can
can see this health bar. This is not a boss. This is like an opponent. Is it's a mini boss or something like that. I believe that, or an opponent. Like they will have this sort of bar where instead of the entire name filled with the red color, which basically is health bar, you have this small health bar that shows that this guy has this much health. Right.
yeah.
Cool.
So we have from what we know, we saw three damage numbers. One is basically your white. I presume that is a normal attack.
Which you can,
One
if
is
I can uh, show you this here. This is the white damage, and then this is the other type
critical.
of damage. Yeah.
I presume that is a critical. Then after that we have the ultimate.
Yeah. So we'll show that. Uh, so this is how an ultimate ability's damage number looks with this red in the background. So
Big numbers. Yeah,
big numbers, yeah, big damage.
big damage, big numbers.
Yep. And that actually deals a lot of damage, especially if you can land all the hits. Because you
Yeah,
are
so far.
basically in an animation. If you turn that on, you can also turn that off. That has a fancy animation there. If you actually turn that on, then it will take a little bit of your time to cast that ability, I believe.
This so far during this stream, I have the highest damage number that is dealt by us. That is a spell sword.
Well,
Yeah,
we all know how Spell Sword is about. That's the only class that has both specs DPS instead of anything else.
yeah. So
Yeah. What
that's why
else?
that's why they went with dual spell sword
Yeah.
DPS, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
One melee, one range. So
yeah. One melee, one rage. So apart from that,
apart from that, let's show them the DOT, how the boss, how a boss mechanic DOT will look like. Not exactly DOT,
yeah,
a mechanic itself. You can
yeah,
see
mechanic
here.
itself.
So here you can see this purple aura. This is the outbreak of negative key that is shown in the text. This purple thing you will literally have to dodge, otherwise you take a heavy amount of damage, I believe.
Yeah, you need to jump over it or dodge through it.
Yeah. So I frame that or jump over it, whichever is easier for you. Or whichever skill you have, like if you have like
Yeah, then after this we have the mechanism. Let's show
yeah,
them.
the mechanism which is a mechanism.
Yeah, which is basically a mechanism. So this is basically
Like this
there
is a
before.
Cho prison.
Yeah, this is a chop reason. This is basically there before before the final boss. So there will be two set of buttons you have to press to unlock this mechanism. Then you have to come here and activate this to open the gate for to the final
Yeah,
boss.
there are a couple of these throughout the map, and you'll get that. Press F to mm, unlock mechanism apparently. But yeah,
Yeah,
pay respect to the boss.
yeah. Press
now,
F2.
now, you will let us tell them about the corridor.
Yeah, the corridor. Yeah, the dungeon corridor. So dungeon have this standalone mechanics also where
And this is one of the
yeah,
examples that we can give you right now.
yeah. So this is mechanics is in a long corridor we have to go through.
Yeah,
Okay, so you see this purple circles. From these circles, there will be hands coming up
like
to
this. You can
grab
see
you.
the hand here.
Yeah, to grab you. Once they grab you, that will do a severe amount of damage.
And basically will throw back might throw back from the end of the corridor to the absolute beginning of it. Doesn't really do that much damage that you cannot negate, but uh, this is
Yeah,
more like throwing you back to the
yeah.
corridor.
It's basically more of an annoyance than a yeah.
Yeah,
So
and there's also this, which is like very quite fun.
yeah, this is this is a little bit of fun. So apparently we found out that if you have a healer, Reaper healer, okay, they have this purple AOE circles, which is healing circles, but there are also bosses with purple damaging circles. Now you have to pay attention to which one is the healing circle, which one is the damaging circle
So make
during
sure
the
you tell your team's Reaper to change your skills animation to something else if they can. So that would be
yeah.
hilarious to see someone actually standing on the damaging circle thinking it's healing them.
Like, yeah, okay, oh, I see a purple circle. It might be our healer. Okay, let's go and dice. Like, yeah, okay.
Yeah. So that's all on the DOT and boss damaging stuff we could have tell you now. Shall we go to the reward? Because we actually touched a little bit about reward at the beginning.
Yeah,
So
so the chest, yes.
yeah,
So this is the type of reward you will be getting as per your level, of course. So by opening this particular chest, this is basically gear chests.
yeah.
Okay. Uh, so opening this is you will get a certain amount of gear catered
You
to
can
your
see here.
class.
You will actually have to. It will be an unidentified gear, so it won't have these stats. So you actually have to identify that by using your currency. You have to like click on it and
Yeah.
identify it, so it will give these stats. Uh, what
Yeah,
I do want to, yeah,
I think this mechanism is very similar to one of the games I played. So the unidentified gears can be is sellable, and the identified one is bound to your.
yeah, I think so. It's not written
Maybe-
anywhere, I believe, but I
yeah, it's
think
not
so.
written anywhere, but yeah, I think it is like that.
Should be, yeah. Other than that, what else sure do we have to tell them? Uh,
Outfit actions.
huh?
Outfit actions.
Yeah, sure. Let us show that. So here you
So
go.
yeah, so this is basically so any outfit you buy have a certain actions or emote that is tied to that specific outfit where once you buy the outfit the action will the emote will show on under this outfit actions
And you can
where
drag them on your hotbar, basically.
hotbar and cast it
Yeah,
is basically different based on different outfits you have different emotes.
yeah.
So it's basically any so vanity some of the many not yeah some of the vanity items have this
So,
actions. Yeah, some.
yep. Uh, Let us actually, you have seen players party, you have seen how it all looks, but what happens when you complete a dungeon other than getting the rewards? Is
Yeah,
there
we
something
have
else?
commendations.
Yeah,
So we have commendations. You can either commend a single one or you can commend all of them.
but as we can see, it's written here each commendation costs one heart string. We don't know what heart string is, but apparently something is costly, right?
Um, I they have not mentioned anything about
Yeah,
the Hertz rate.
yeah,
We have to find out on May 21st.
yeah. Trust me, we will.
Yeah.
Now there are, I believe we had said this in our previous videos as well, that this is skill. There are loadouts, so this is how the skill loadout is. There are blueprints basically, uh, and there are also another loadout where you can see if we can show that to you. Let us go on with the talks basically.
The
Yeah,
dungeon progression, you mean? Yeah.
yeah. We don't know
The,
if there are any achievement from the dungeon. We haven't seen any achievement function like through their uh,
so far,
so
so
far.
far.
Yeah. So
So
yeah.
there is dungeon progressions. Yeah. So this is basically your
So
outfit. I think it
no, this
is
is the
loadout,
equipment
equipment
loadout.
loadout. Yeah.
Yeah. But we can see there are four additional loadout slots that are locked. We don't know how to unlock those. We don't even know whether they will be unlockable or not. But they exist.
Yeah, so as you can see, we have the DPS PV, DVS PVE, then you can make it a DPS PVP.
Yeah. Heal
There are a lot of,
PvP. If
yeah,
you are a tank, you can make it a
so
tank
you
PV.
can make it as sets
Yeah.
for each, which you can switch to at any moment of any
Time.
moment. Extra,
And
yeah, you have to be out of combat for
yeah,
that, yes.
yeah. There's also the Astral Ascents, which was something we had talked about a little, I believe, in the previous when we were talking about
So,
skills.
yeah, so astral, these are basically astral bonus effects for your particular skills. You have to unlock this with skill points that you will get per level up, or you can also get skills points by doing something for the first time. For example, you clear a hard mode dungeon for the first time, or you clear a normal mode dungeon for the first time, you will get one skill point for
Yeah.
each.
Most of these are passive effects like this. For example, this where the critical hit damage increases by 3%, something like this. But there might be also some active effects as well. This is kind of similar to your Elder Scrolls Online's the champion point system, but we'll see the effects of this as we test out the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And shows that
Yeah, before
progression.
that, let us go to the target. How it looks like when you are targeting someone, and let's say a tank is targeting a boss. That's how it will look like. You can switch over them using target, my target, and whatever the option there is.
Yeah. So these
Yeah,
are basically buffs that they have
yeah.
currently.
Taki was tanking, and you can see all the buffs that he has, the duration buffs, the every kind of buff, and then that is the boss there, Zishan Queen. Uh, just before we head to the other things, before we head to the other parts, is there like there's one thing I want to ask. I don't know if you have seen, but I'll also give a little bit shout out here that the Game Poach allowed the players who are not the players, the content creators who are part of their Forge Master program has can play the updated alpha, the updated wait, yeah,
Yeah.
updated alpha build in their currently in this weekend, which is right now going on as of recording this video. So one thing I've noticed, like I've seen a couple of them, and I don't know if you have seen that yet. But something I've noticed that we're also seeing throughout this video, the dev stream as well, that NPCs are basically the voiceovers are still in Chinese, right? Uh,
Yeah, so they are working on it.
yeah,
The
but
voiceover
here
still,
comes
yeah,
my question. Like I've seen to that all the from the beginning, all the quest, all the intro, everything is still in the Chinese voiceover in this updated alpha build. That is, this is like 1 week before the beta, and it's still in this state. So, but when the community is asking for a Chinese voiceover to stay, let the voiceover stay, and give an option to switch between English and Chinese voiceover for whoever wants what type of voiceover. They are saying that they will talk to the developers and think about it post launch. Why
yeah. So
is
far,
this? Why is this? Because we can already see there's a ready-made voiceover Chinese available that is existing. Why do they want to uh, like not keep that and want to implement that maybe some time later down the line? Why do you think that is something that they are?
because most of the Western MMOs, they mostly uses the basic language, the Western language, that will be English, French, German,
Yeah.
Spanish, and
Hmm.
those.
Yeah.
So they might not have the Chinese voiceovers.
Like we
From
can
my
we can
point of
see that there are Chinese
no,
voiceovers still
so
existing.
basically, uh, from my point of view, there are too many language packs.
Hmm.
They have to implement too many language packs to
Well, currently
for
there will be only they have said there will be only English voiceover. There will be nothing else for the voiceover part at least.
yeah. So but they will be still be implementing the subtitles for every languages that they
Three
have.
languages, I believe: English, German.
No, no. So they have so far they told us there will be four languages that they are targeting towards.
Hmm.
Uh, so there will be four languages, four additional languages
Hmm.
for, and only the voiceover will be in English, but you can switch between switch the subtitles
Yeah,
in different
subtitle and
languages.
your whatever the
So
basically the
and
developer. Yeah.
yeah, and they may implement a Chinese subtitle also. That will be much easier than doing a voiceover in Chinese.
I don't know. Like the community wants the voiceover, not the subtitle. But
I know, but
yeah,
too many language pack is not good for the build. Okay, once you're installing it, will be too huge. Like you don't want a 200 GB game.
that is also true. But yeah,
Okay.
okay. We'll see. We'll see what goes on. But I was
Yeah.
kind of shocked that at this stage the Chinese voiceovers are still there, and we've also seen the bad translations even now. This there's something I saw today on Discord. So uh, let me tell you, there was this in official sort of legend online thing. Uh, of like the chat, there was this mount that was called something like there was a whale. Basically the mount was a whale, but it was they called it something like dragon, like something dragon, the tiger dragon, something like that. uh, that is available in the cash shop. I believe anyone, if anyone of watching the content creators there who are currently streaming, they can take a look there. Ask them to show that, because that is apparently available in the game right now. So we can say can already see a lot of bad translations, not polished, not properly translated even. Uh, and this is like 1 week before the beta. Uh,
They have
what do you
already
think?
said they have already said this that uh, everything will be in English. on launch. Okay, the beta is basically where you find other issues than having a LOC localization. Rather than focusing on localization, you find other major
Mm.
issues that
Okay.
the game have. Like for example, you are running through a dungeon corridor and you fall out of world. That is a major issue.
Yeah, that is something we see in a lot of games these days, and uh,
Yeah,
we will actually be going through every single corner of the game and see if there's any kind of glitch there. But,
fall out of the world.
yeah, fall out of the world or like go up above somewhere else where you cannot like return from.
So, so maybe this is where you focus on the
Yeah,
major issues other than localizations. Localization can be done in between while
yeah.
other things can be
Yeah.
focused on that.
Now then, there are indexes in the like there's this index dungeon guide kind of thing. So that is
This is a yeah. So this is a dungeon guide where it will be an base. It's basically a story for the dungeon, a story for what
the
story
dungeon,
for each
basically the dungeon lore, the boss
the
lore, uh,
uh, and the
and
rewards
the rewards. Uh,
that you will be getting. Also, another thing is also it all will also showcase the boss mechanic.
as you can see here, the boss skills, the strats, and the strategies and
Yeah,
everything.
yeah, you can take a look at this strategies and boss mechanics, and you can plan your battle accordingly.
Yeah. So, what else is there left to show these guys? Team settings, right?
Mm, Settings.
Yeah. So as you can see here, you can reject the request to join the team. You can allocate what kind of rewards there would be. You can and what rarity of the reward you want to allocate. And then there's a couple of a lot of other uh, options that you yourself. These options are the upper non-selectable options. They are for the team leader, but these are the options that you can see yourself. So you can tick on these and show the protective bar, show the resource bar, show health and all that for the enemies, show avatar and all those fun stuff for the players, teams, and everything out there.
Yeah. So
Uh, There's
apart
also
from
some other stuff as well. The buff duration, basically for your
yeah,
team, the buff duration and all that. Uh,
you
is
can also hide players
Yeah,
directly from the menu.
yeah, but
You can hide.
that might bite you at the end of the day.
Yeah, that is not basically good because it will hide the healer skills also,
Yeah,
and you
the
might
effects
miss
and all
some
that.
AoE kills.
Yep. Uh,
Uh,
what else is left?
let's go with the cultivation.
Yeah, cultivation. So there's something you can see here on the daily cultivation thing, like the level. This is the level. You can see the stuff, normal
Yeah,
mode,
this is
hard
the
mode.
instance. So this is the instance list where you can go with check which instance you have done
This is a
or which.
progress bar basically,
So yeah, it can basically say it is basically a guide where to show us which
like this.
which instance you have done and which bosses in that specific instance are completed. So for example, here it is shown that they have completed the hard mode on Thursday.
Thursday
Uh,
update.
so-
So that means their reset is on Thursday, and there's the weekly update, weekly reset.
yeah, so Thursday is the weekly reset. Okay. And you can see they have completed three bosses. So what will happen is if they redo the dungeon on the hard mode, they will not get any loot for the first three bosses, but they will get loot for the final boss, the
Which is the
bonus boss.
bonus boss. Yeah.
Yeah.
But they can
So
do the
another
normal, and that will be updated daily, as you can see
yeah.
here.
So they will for the hard mode they will be only weekly rewards. For the normal mode you can get a daily reward.
Yeah. And I believe that is almost all of it. You can,
Yeah.
if there's anything else to add, you go ahead. Do you have
Mm,
anything else to add?
I think not. Uh,
Uh, PvP,
Roller
that is
shell.
not going to come until
No,
beta.
yeah, they're not in beta. This will be there will be streaming during the beta. There will
Yeah,
be streams of
probably they have said that they might stream every day, but
no.
yeah,
They have already said that during the beta that they will be playing with us,
yeah,
and they will be always showcasing the PvP. They already said that.
yeah.
Uh,
Uh,
uh, the and this is basically what a vision engine.
yeah, there's a derived version specifically catered towards this game, which is a part of Havoc engine that was used to build the previous other three Gojira games, which are the single players.
And
Uh,
after that, we we can change skill even in the dungeon.
yeah,
You
you
can,
just have to be out of combat for like the duration of
yeah, change your specialization basically
yeah
specs
specs.
inside the dungeon also. So that is there, and that's it. That's it, I think.
Yeah. Also, another announcement that the giveaways that was going on from Sword of Legend officials, that claim giveaway for beta key, as well as the what I tweeted in a little some time ago, that they were giving away beta keys in their official Discord server. Uh, those have come to an end, and now the winners will all get their rewards, who have won that. uh, right now, if you want to get a beta key, you might would want to take a look at the streamers who are streaming the updated alpha gameplay. They have been doing some giveaways like that. For example, some people I follow, like Daisy Angie and people like that, they have been doing giveaways, and you might want to check out all that if you want to try out the game. Of course, they will also show you how the game is currently, all the optimizations and all that in the updated alpha build. And you will have to wait to hear from us, myself and Titus, until the game hits the beta on 21st of May. So I believe we'll see you guys in the servers.
Yep.
Yeah. So with that note, let us end this video, and happy Mass Effect Legendary Edition release day. Uh, there's a couple of interesting days today, right? I believe the Eid is also today, right?
Yeah, there's this, and we have this something called there is this another weird festival. I don't know what, like some I forgot the name.
Yeah, I
So
get it. I get that.
uh, the,
You're talking about Akshay Tritiya, right?
yeah, that
Yeah,
one. So
that
that
is
one
more
is
towards
there.
asking the gods for more well to flourish the people's pockets and all that. Just leave that. Leave
Yeah,
that.
it's basically
Yeah.
politician asking for more money.
But other than that, for gamers, we are celebrating Mass Effect's release day. We are also going to have open
Well,
beta for,
I know this is a celebration, but it's like one day and we have the day patch.
yeah, which is 11.8 gigs
day,
ish.
day one patch.
They want that, and I'm pretty sure there will be a couple of more hot fixes down the line. That's why I tweeted out that I will not be playing that game until a couple of days after release. So yeah, there's also the open beta for Phantasy Star Online 2 New Genesis is going to happen, the global beta, which I might try out. Let's see about that. You might see a video from me there as well if there's no India. I have not checked that out, but we'll see. So, stay safe, stay well, and we'll see you on the servers and in our streams and in our videos, wherever we will. Good night.